Hello, it's Zarly here. Really, thank you for joining me today. Another yoga class. I can't wait to get started. We're going to start in this seated position today, lifting and lengthening the spine. And I'm just going to let the head just gently fall side to side. We're just releasing the sides of the neck and really just starting to warm up the body, starting to warm up the neck. Side to side. Okay, and just when we're ready now, let's take our legs out wide as comfortable. They can be narrow, they can be wide, whatever you're comfortable with here. And we're just going to walk the hands forward and point our head forward. Just gently opening up through the hips. And again, as far as comfortable. If you can't lean forward, if your back is upright, there's nothing wrong with that. You can stay there. Just doing the best you can. No expectations. There's no rules. Finding some space, finding a stretch that feels good to you. And breathing here, we're stretching out the hamstrings, we're opening the hips, and we're releasing the lower back at the same time. Pressing the legs down. Okay, now from here, we're just going to come to one side. So just a slow direction change. One hand either side of that leg. Keep the legs grounded, keep the hips grounded. And then we reach our forehead towards our shin. We're just breathing here. Other side when we're ready. Slow transition. We don't want to rush it. We don't want to rush this stretch. And just when we're ready, let's come down the middle. Both arms reach forward. We're breathing into the hips, letting the head point forward, relaxing through our hips and lower back. Okay, and just breathing into the hips now. Keep flexing those feet and pressing the backs of the legs down into the floor. Excellent. Let's straighten the spine when we're ready. Taking one hand to the inside of the leg, and we're just going to slide that hand down, reaching the other one up and really opening up through the chest. Drawing that top shoulder backwards. Eyes look up to the ceiling if that's comfortable. Other side when we're ready. Sliding that hand down. Hand to the inside of the leg, or maybe to the inside of the foot. Just keep that chest open. Beautiful. Slowly come out of that one. And we're going to come through into our bound angle next. So soles of the feet together. We're just going to hold the feet in place, reaching the head forward and taking our elbows to our calves and pressing our knees down. Breathing here. Just letting those knees drop down. Just when we're ready, we're just going to just bring one leg forward, coming into this windmill position. And we're going to come through into our pigeon pose when we're ready. So that front knee, 90 degrees, the back leg straight. We can keep the spine long here, or if we want to, we can just gently lean forward, relaxing the upper body down over that leg. And just breathing here. Breathing into the hips, finding our position. From here, we're just going to lift the upper body up, tucking that front foot in. We're going to find this back leg and draw that heel down into our hips, trying to point the toes to the ceiling, hand to the ground, or if we want the challenge, we can also reach the hand forward. So again, heel draws down into the hips and we try to point the toes up towards the ceiling. It's a great stretch for our thighs, the front of our thighs. Just relaxing that down. We're just going to flip the legs over onto the other side. I always call this a windmill shape. I don't know why. Excellent. And we're going to come through into pigeon pose again. So the front knee at 90 degrees, back leg straightens out. And we're just going to relax the upper body down over that leg, breathing into the hips here. So with every exhale, I want you to feel the hips drop down towards the ground. Let the hips become heavy. And just breathing here. If it ever gets too intense, you can press the body out of this one. Just listening to that shoulder, listening to the back. Beautiful. Slowly press ourselves back. Let's do the same to the other side. So we lift that hand, finding this gap. Let's slide it through, resting down onto the side of the head. Hand comes to the lower back. And just breathing here. So this is a beautiful spinal twist, but it's also a nice gentle stretch for the shoulder. Again, if it ever gets too intense, just press the body up. Finding your level today. Let's press up. Slowly coming through, we're going to come around to the small end of our mat. And we're just going to lie down, lengthening out the spine. From here, just bending one knee. On the exhale, we take that bent knee across the body. Opening the chest to the ceiling. Breathing here. So nice gentle lower back release. When we're ready, let's come onto the other side. Again, exhale. We take that knee down. Just a nice gentle spinal stretch. Breathing into this stretch here. And just when we're ready, let's slowly come back to the middle. Just a couple of minutes meditation now to finish. Lengthening out the spine, resting the eyes closed, and I just want you to follow the breath. Just a nice, simple, short meditation. Just a couple of minutes today. Just enough time to really draw focus into our breath. So we're following the inhale, following the exhale. And with the exhale, really letting the body relax. Letting the muscles soften. Letting the body become really, really heavy. And just let stress just melt away from the body with every exhale. Just keep following the breath. Just a little bit of time out for ourselves. So when we're ready, we can start that a little bit of movement. Just some nice gentle stretches, maybe reaching the arms overhead. And in our own time, let's just roll over onto the side of the body. Knees tuck up, eyes rest closed. Pressing the body up to seated when we're ready. Coming to crossed legs, lifting and lengthening the spine here. Let's bring the hands to the chest. And we finish by saying Namaste. Okay, and just with every exhale, just letting the hips drop down into the floor, letting the hips become heavy. Breathing here. Sinking down with every exhale. Okay, and just when we're ready, we're just going to lift the upper body up. Again, tucking that foot in, seeing if we can find this back foot, drawing the heel into the hip, pointing the toes up, hand to the ground, or we can reach the hand forward. And now with that foot, we can hold onto that foot with the hand, or if we want more, we can even tuck that foot into the inside of the elbow, taking it a little bit further. On the exhale, let's slowly release that. Tucking the toes under now, let's push it back into our down dog, flattening out the back, letting the heels just gently drop down. Coming through next into our extended child's pose. Knees go wide, and we're going to draw our hips back down to our heels, dropping the chest down to the floor, and we're just stretching out through the mid-upper back. From here, we're just going to reach one hand across the body to the corner of the mat, draw the hips back still, we're just stretching out just that one side. With the other arm, you can just tuck it out of the way somewhere that's comfortable. Breathing here, breathing into every stretch today. Okay, and we're just going to slowly swap sides so the other arm reaches to the corner. We draw the hips back. Relaxing the chest down. Just keep reaching that arm forward. Hips draw back to the heels. Okay, and just in our own time, we're just going to come straight down the middle. So both arms reach forward. Hips keep drawing back to the heels. Keep dropping the chest down. So it's a nice active stretch for our back, but also a really great stretch for our hips as well. Beautiful. Let's press the body up from here. And we're just going to come through into tabletop. So hands under shoulders, reaching one arm up to the ceiling. And we're going to slide this arm through the gap, coming through into our thread the needle, just gently resting to the shoulder. Hand can come to the lower back or it can stay to the ground. So relaxing here.